So occasionally they possess the dog, and he'll do something that he hasn't been doing. So let's say if, like, right now he's on track with his potty training, like out of nowhere he'll act like he's not being potty trained. So there's a dog demon / dog god that is known as being their ultimate let's just say, like, you as an owner of a dog, it would only obey your commands otherwise, right? But this thing, no different than federal agents that are in the air, those or that, occupy these breeds, own and occupy these breeds of dogs. When they whisper to them, they do certain things. So sometimes you can catch your dog paying attention to something. You can catch your dog ignoring you. You can catch the dog do something opposite of what you said. And it's because it's listening to its master. And no different than you guys, you all, those of you that are a part of these federal agents' timelines when they occupy or use one of your identities. When they tell you to do something, you will go against what you're supposed to do. Okay, for the sake of the agenda. So, like, he's been doing okay. He's been doing good. But here and there, they are being very open about being him. They're being very open about occupying him. They're being very open about establishing different, like Team A, Team B is what, remember, I broke it down into. Like the good cop, bad cop, the create a problem, sells, all that stuff. So they are very vocal about trying to establish themselves as not divided, but who's on duty, who's occupying the dog at that time. And they refer to themselves as the dog. They note that they don't do things the way that the others do. They also note that they weren't supposed to leave and unoccupy the dog because how others don't do things the same way that they do. So it's both teams acknowledging the differences in their behavior as the dog. And the dog does act different each time. So, to give you an example, I almost started laughing because they were talking about how they acted like they weren't going to do the same thing, and they ended up barking one time to get inside earlier. But with that being said, also earlier, after coming inside, like, this is probably 15 minutes later. Normally when he comes in from outside, we play anywhere from like 30 minutes to an hour. And of that playtime, I'm active and I participate maybe 20 minutes of it, because he'll occupy himself with his toys. But he'll also keep coming to me and trying to get me to engage also. But with that being said, and that's every time, and we're in and out all day and all night. But, and he hasn't used, he used the training pad once. He peed on it once. And he hasn't recognized it as a training pad. He bites on them. He lays on them. He has one, out of the 4 that were in here, I burnt one yesterday. I burnt the one that he peed on day before yesterday. I burnt the one that he peed on. I used it to help me start a fire. And there were 3 left. Of those 3, he no, that's not how it went. I threw the one he peed on away before that. It ended up making it to the trash. And then I grabbed one that he had been biting and tearing on to start the fire with, which put us down to 2. So there's 2 on the floor right now in here. He and I are in separate rooms. He's having a deep sleep on the other side. And I always try to make sure we get our away time from one another in. But we're down to 2 in here. This is the only place the training pass is, because I told you, for potty training purposes, I confined us to this room once we're done moving around and moving about, and I'm done doing whatever I'm doing wherever else in the house. I'm not going to tell you what the typical day goes like, because I didn't plan on getting into that, but down to 2. I'm trying to keep track of what I was saying. Down to 2. Of those 2, he started tearing on another one. And so there's only one that's intact. There's only one that's intact. With that being said, when he came in 15-20 minutes later, one of them, you know, they didn't go to the door. They didn't bark, let me know that he wanted to go out. Which this whole barking thing to get out, I would say that it's only been done 3 times. It's more common for him to bark to come inside than it is for him to go out, because I always make sure I take him out. Like, I'll interrupt his sleep. Like that deep sleep he's doing over there, he does that all day long until the end of the day when we're here together. So that means all day long, like between these hours, between the hours of noon and we'll say 5 or 6, that's where he is, in that other room on the pillow. Watch, let's go watch. And I wake him up, like when I feel like he's I wake him up. I occasionally give him a treat, and that's if I'm cooking or something, but I wake him up and I take him outside so he can relieve himself, just to make sure that when he wakes up on his own, he won't have any accidents. And that's effective. I don't have any issue during the day. So that what they did earlier today, that's abnormal. I hadn't been having that problem. And he's normally in such a deep sleep over here, I can walk up on him. And this is when I try to get whatever I really need to get done. Like I always end up, I haven't done that yet today. I haven't disinfected this room, but I will when I'm ready to stop trying to get a nap in. These agents, these scientists, they're behind it. So I'm a little bit concerned. I have not ever left him home yet by himself. I have a feeling he'll do okay in this room, especially if I put a camera in here with him where I can broadcast through it, like check in. But right away, female agents told me that if I ever put them in this small utility room, that they lose their minds and they bark and they cry. And they did. And I like literally only put him in there just to see, you know, like if he would do or say anything, and he did. And that's been days ago. That was like probably day 2 of me getting him. Today is day 8. I wasn't going to do any more updates after day 7. And this isn't really that, you know, this is not that. This is not about that. This is about ownership. This is about ownership. This is about demonic ties. This is about demons. This is about gods. This is about science. Okay. You know, I said science is God. Science is your God. Okay. Science is how they achieve all these things. So, I haven't left him home yet. We've been home since I got him. Wait. Day after I got him, maybe 2 days after I got him, I think it was, no, it was literally that next day, because I remember thinking about having just seen the female that I purchased him from. So that next day, after I got him that night, and it's late that night, it's like 11:30-ish, 11:30-ish. I get him. I come in, I do some things, tidy up, realize that while I was away, the demons put a stench in my house. I documented all that, though. That's all stuff you can find online somewhere. Last night I noticed, and I'm saying that to say that they're trying to compromise my place. Like they're taking my defense down at night. Okay. And then there's something to support that attack. There's something like what's taking place today, an overcast and a really light rain. So they're acting like the devices in the ground didn't have enough charge after they already made the attack. So that next day we went to the store, and we've been home ever since then. We've been home. And that would have been, let's see, so we've been in almost a week. That means I haven't moved my car in almost a week. Let's go start my car and see how it sounds, because there's been a lot of cursing and spelling going on around that too. I'm just going to try to get as many details in this video that I can. When I came home, it was last week, Wednesday, from Dallas. From Dallas, I went to Ada to pick him up. From Dallas, I went to Ada to pick him up. From Dallas, Texas, I went to Ada, Oklahoma to pick him up. That was Wednesday. The 10th, if I recall correctly. It should be Wednesday. And if it wasn't Wednesday, it was the 10th for sure. No, I'm pretty sure, because that next day, I think I had a discussion question due on Thursday. Anyways, college. So, pick him up on Wednesday. We go out Thursday. Yeah. And I was pushing it. I was really pushing it. And I waited to the end of the day for us to leave on Thursday. Okay. Just trying to make sure that if I decided not to take him in the grocery store with me, that he would not be a panting hot mess. Okay. Like, with the windows cracked, you know, like just trying to make sure that the climate would be a climate that it would be okay for him to be in the car and with the windows cracked and not a ridiculous heat. So, and I got back late and I still had to do that, finish up that assignment and submit it. So we haven't been out since. We didn't go out Friday, we didn't go out Saturday, we didn't go out Sunday, we didn't go out Monday, we didn't go out Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. I had an appointment I had an appointment on Monday. So that's 6 days that my car hasn't moved and we haven't left the house. So, which means, and you know what that means, it just means we've been getting it in, like a lot of training time, a lot of bonding time, a lot of just me establishing some things. But on Monday I had an appointment in Texas. We were supposed to take a road trip. We were supposed to go there to get my motherfucking trunk open, okay? Because the dealership in Texas is just great with scheduling, okay? Like, and I've rescheduled twice. We were supposed to go again this morning. The only reason I ended up backing out was because they kept me up till 5. My alarm was set for 5 a.m. 5 a.m. was the time that I was supposed to leave. My alarm was set for 4:30 because I put it a half an hour forward. And since I didn't finish doing my hair, I was just like I was going to take my braids down, do a leave out, shower, and go. 4:30. I was supposed to depart at 5 for an 8:45 appointment, okay, versus 7 a.m. on Monday. They kept me up. They attacked me all night. The surveillance camera, you always see issues on Instagram with how it triggers and how it doesn't capture the whole time that it's supposed to. So they're making sure that when I'm going off about my neck and my back being attacked, that it's not being captured. When I reviewed the footage, you barely see any of that. So they wore me out so that I wouldn't get on the road and drive. And I'd be exhausted and decide to, like, not even decide to, it wasn't a decision to chase sleep. They dropped me into sleep. When they remove their hands from my back, from digging in my back and neck, I literally fall asleep and don't remember falling asleep. Because my body's exhausted. So I didn't make it. In which I told them last night, like, if they made me miss this appointment, that I was going to, like, pretty much shoot and go to jail today. I meant that. I meant that I was going to same day they asses, and I meant it with everything in me, but now I'm being poisoned. You see this vicious ass routine that's nonstop, and they make sure I only am active between the hours about when I finally recover and don't feel like I'm being poisoned no more. It's after their work day, their working hours. All the motherfuckers they're calling me that they got jobs with. So that's 5, 6 p.m. when I don't feel like I'm poisoned. And every time you see me move, like across these cameras throughout the day, I'm doing it in agony. And it's starting to show. And I meant that. I meant I was going to same day as, and now I'm poisoned, like I'm being poisoned. That's why I'm not up, being active. Like I'm trying to let my body rest. I'm trying to go to sleep. And it's a vicious trap because they're poisoning me to make me stay still, but they don't want me to sleep. Because they're claiming I'm somewhere working as a whole bunch of motherfuckers. That could never get jobs. I said I meant that I was gonna fuck their asses up today, shoot, and make sure this shit got out. That's what the fuck I meant. And that's like always the fucking case. Is over and over and over again. What trumps the motherfucking execution is me caring for myself. Trying to make sure I don't cause error or injury. Hey, you, since you... Come on. Get up, doggy. Get up. And fold those clothes when you get done. Come on. Let's go outside and use the bathroom. Come on. Come on, doggy. So, look. This is how this goes. I'm about to show you. He rolls over. I grab him, pick him up, and carry him outside from his sleep. Yes, yes, yes. Kisses to you too. Augie, I can't even get the flip-flop on. You've been tearing up. Can you hold something? Here, bite that. Bite it. Okay. Sometimes, I don't normally put him down right here, especially like that. But sometimes, from his sleep, I can get him to walk out. Most of the time, I can't. I have to carry him out. Come on, doggy. Come on. Good boy. So, you know, he threw a fit yesterday when I gave him a bath. But he'll sit in this damp ass rain, and I don't want him in the grass at all. The grass, they're trying to make sure I don't cut. It's been an ongoing problem. This is from the doggy last night. No, actually, it's from a couple days ago, I think. And I rushed to bring him outside, so I put this on. It was something else that took place. We just gonna see what the car is sounding like. Okay, that's the thing that they were doing without. Look, good job, doggy. Good boy. That's the thing that they were doing without it ever raining here. Okay, they were doing that without it raining at all. There's some condensation buildup. It'll go away after the car runs for a little bit. I'm gonna leave that running. Good boy. Look, you ain't giving me a hard time. You must be ready to go back to sleep. Come on. Don't make me yoke you. Doggy. Come on, doggy. Okay. I'll let him stay outside. He'll spend about 15 minutes out there playing before he barks. Let me get him a toy. And I probably should put the leash on him, even though, just because he's been every day, in every way, every direction, he's expanding his radius. Ouch. I don't normally do that. Get him some fresh air. Trying to think of anything else open after that. Satan, shut up. And I mean I'm gonna fuck these motherfuckers up. I mean I'm gonna fuck y'all up. I'm gonna fuck the world up. Y'all bitches supposed to been dead. So, my stomach. It's where they're landing with the poisoning. The attack on my brain. It's not to the extent that they normally do it. Like on a scale from 1 to 10, like, and when they do 10, which is often, it's always accompanied by anger. So on that scale, it's at a 7 right now. It's at a 7 right now. So the pressure on my brain and my head. My back is in a lot of pain. And I feel like you should be able to hear it in my voice, but I don't think you can. Because I think that this tone for me sounds normal to you. But it's so much pain in it. Like, I can tell the difference. So, look. If not today, as soon as I can, I'm telling you, I'm about to tear some shit up. I'm about to tear some shit up all the way. And you're going to see it on the news or something.